Okay, so making ratatouille. You don't need a rat for it, but if you have one, you can use it. So you want like a steel or cast iron or something you can scrape, not non-stick. About medium heat. Might turn it up and down over time. We're gonna let this preheat for a minute. This is vegan, so you don't need any meat. This is what you make in Provence if you have a bunch of summer vegetables, but it's not summertime right now. We have other vegetables that are usually a little out of season, but you can get this year round. Now, this is my waste bucket, but it's also going to turn into vegetable stock. Although I guess maybe not the sticker, huh? Missed. Oh well. We're going to do eggplant first. Then we're going to do these. Then we're going to do peppers. Then we're going to do onions. So we'll do them in order. And at the end, we'll do this stuff. You just put whatever vegetables you have. I have some spinach I'm going to throw in there. That's not traditional. I have parsley that's getting old in my fridge. I'm going to use about this much. If you have fresh herbs, you can use any of them. Thyme. Oregano would be really good. Savory would be fine. I have some dry oregano I'm going to use. Some bay leaves. Just a few tomatoes. You can put anything in here. You can put more peppers. I have more peppers in there, but I don't think I'll need it. I'm also going to save on this. A little bit thicker than that. I'm going to save like 1 or 2 good-sized cutlets because I want to make a couple eggplant parms for myself, or an eggplant parm for myself later. So you just, half an inch, centimeter, somewhere in there. Couple centimeters, I don't know. That doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be goodish. Let's do this. You're just trying to make cubes that have a little bit of bite to them. This is a little too thin right here. But it's a round vegetable, so you're not going to get it perfect. But it doesn't really matter. You just want nice, hearty chunkers. So we're gonna, these are gonna reduce a little bit. In fact, like, you shouldn't have to put too much knife work into this thing. I'm gonna do one more. It's gonna be a little smaller here, but that's fine. It's wider on the end. And just like this. Rustic cut doesn't really matter. If you're doing this in a restaurant, it takes some more time, but this is something fast for you that you can take into the summertime when you have your gardens out, or just someone's had produce, or it's just more available in your area if you eat a lot of veggies, or if you just got leftover. We'll do a little bit better job on this one. Take a little bit more time for it. This is like one of the easiest things you can make. Man, I still have a lot of eggplant. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? I don't want to do any GIFs. I don't want to chat in my own chat. Just let me read chat. There we go. What's up? Antiable, thank you so much for the 10 months. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep these for my sandwich. I'm going to make that later. In fact, let me just put this over here so I'm not touching it. Cut the rest of these up. Might as well start getting this oil warm. I just want a nice layer of oil. These are already thin, so I'm not going to cut them quite as the same here because I want them to cook evenly. This one into thirds. So this is pretty much the whole thing. This is what we're going to be doing. There's very little technique. Anyone can do this. That's why I'm making it, because I want everybody to be able to make this. Also, we're not going to salt. Let me feel this. Not hot enough. You can see it's starting to run pretty easy in here, and it's starting to glisten. I don't know if you can see it as well on the camera, but you should be able to hold up the oil against the light, and you should be able to see it sort of shimmer and be loose and closer to the consistency of water. And you should be able to hold your hand a couple inches away from it, and it shouldn't be super uncomfortable until it's like ready to go. Just hold your hand, starting to get hot. Yeah, you can see it's sort of shimmering. We don't want to salt these. We want these to fry up, but we don't want it to release a lot of water yet. We're gonna cook this twice, but this is you could do it all in one pot. You could do it in this and skip this step. This is just to make it look nicer, so I'm gonna tell you a slightly longer way if you want to impress your friends, but you could also do this all in one thing. However, everything has a different cooking time, so we're doing it in this order on purpose. So, just want like one layer of eggplant. We'll cook the rest in a second in another batch. It's totally fine. Do a little bit of that action. Look at that. Look at that, huh? Just think he had that in his bag? He do. Okay, and you want good contact on things. There's dog hair on this. Living with pets. Trying for the dog hairs. And then just let that go for a second. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit to 6. And now we got time. No, we don't have any rats. No rats. No rats needed for this ratatouille. Now, the ratatouille you see in the movie Ratatouille is actually not ratatouille. It's called something else. It's like a similar dish to ratatouille, but that's like really thin slices. I guess it is ratatouille, but it's not like... It isn't at the same time. They treat it differently. This is something that you'd make at home in France during the summertime. Everyone's mom would make this a little different. It's sort of like... Is it kind of like chili? I mean, you know, it's just something you make when you have, like, you know, your cucumbers, your squash, your summer squash, your zucchini, your eggplant comes up in the summertime. You got extra tomatoes, you got herbs, you got peppers around, you know. Yeah. Even more heat. I want these to fry more. Okay, just gonna leave them for a little bit. I cut my fucking thumb, so I'm wearing this glove. Anyway, how do you flip it without making a mess? I don't know, I'm just good at it. So it slides down to the front, and then the front's gonna scoop it up, so... Well, there you go, I spilled it just because I was showing you. But when I'm not thinking about it, it's much easier. But like, if you do spill it, just do that. You know what I mean? It's not hard. Just try it. This is a heavier one. Also, we're not cooking these down all the way. We want them to get browned. Come on, bro. There we go. POV cooking streams keep me from getting an assault charge? Whoa. Bad day, yeah. Don't go assaulting folks today if you can help it. We don't really have to do other stuff. We can prep other veg if we want. It's a slow process. You can hang out in your kitchen. I just had this red onion. It doesn't usually call for red onion, more like white. But I had this already cut from yesterday. I made some guac again. I'm just gonna put this all in here. It's gonna add to our veggie stock bowl later. Save your veggie scraps for either compost or veggie stock. We're not gonna eat any of that, but we can boil the flavors out of it. I'm gonna get this core out of here too, because it's not really what I want. I don't really need a ton of red onion. Let's pop it once through there. About the same size as this. I'm just prepping this now because I have time, but there's really no rush. Okay. We'll do these next. These onions aren't even coming up next. Yeah, see? Might be a little more than I wanted, but that's okay. It'll be delicious. We're gonna cook this twice anyway. Do you want some color on this? That's plenty, honestly. Just put it in there. Do another batch. More oil. This isn't on, this is just chilling. Let the oil come up to temp a sec. And we'll pop this other eggplant in. See why I reserved some of this eggplant? It's just a lot. Don't need it all. If you don't have a Dutch oven, you could use just a saucepan. You could just cook it like this. You don't need to do the second step. But this is going to be better 2 days later than it is right now. So, onions make my eyes burn. They make everyone's eyes burn. Welcome, Holliers. Hope your stream was nice. Thanks for the raid. I have to kind of pay attention or I don't see that kind of stuff. You toss them so you get a nice coating of oil. There we go. So those will go a little bit faster because it's been preheating for a while and it's on a hotter heat. So essentially, at the end of this, we're gonna turn this on to 300 or so. It doesn't really need to preheat. We can, and you're gonna kind of braise it, kind of. Normally I would have a few more. Do you need food, bud? Oh, go ahead. You can come in here. We got a camera on, too.
I don't want to be on camera, so don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Okay. All right, I won't look at you. No one look at Sarah.
I need these to fix my hair.
Get the fuck out of my kitchen. Get the fuck out. That's what you got to be like, chat. Get the fuck out. There we go. See, we're getting some color on here. Yeah. So this is going to do a couple things. Obviously, when you cook stuff, it gets tasty. Surprise. But also, over time, we're going to get a little fond on the bottom of this pan. And that's going to be flavors. Just a little bit more. This is going to cook a lot longer, so we don't need to, like, cook all the way through. We're just trying to get heat on these things. Trying to make sure we have decent amounts of heat, or decent amounts of browning. Some Maillard reaction action happening. Maillard reaction action. While that's cooking for 2 seconds, because it's not going to be much longer, we can prep these boys. Take no work at all. I'm going to quarter this one half all the way down. Half again. Half one more time. Cut that little tip off. Do this with the back end, but this is Santoku. It's not meant for like rocking. If you do have a chef knife, you can just. Okay, these are done. You can hear it. You don't want to cook them down, again, all the way. Don't worry about it. Okay, same situation. We're just going to do this a couple times with some different things. We want this yellow squash to cook roughly at the same time. It's going to be obviously a little bit more than the zouk, but you can see all the beautiful colors we're going to get out of this. It's going to look real nice. Remember, we're not salting it yet. We don't want all that water coming out. It's a little contrary to how we normally cook, where we season sort of as we cook. But it's only because these don't need a lot of seasoning. Like they'll take a good amount of, oops, pushing into it. They'll take a good amount of salt, but they don't need, Yeah, we need to get these boys in there smoking a little bit. Okay, easy. There we go, let's put them all in there. Oop, I want that woody. Don't want that woody stem piece necessarily. It doesn't really matter, but I don't want it. Give it a little more oil. Yeah, I'm keeping it above the heat for a second because I can hear that we're going a little hard right now. There we go. It's quieting down, just a touch. It's always something you can do. Just keep it up off the heat for just a second. Let that get happy. All right. Oops, almost banned Exmo Jumbo. My bad, dude. Cookies? Let's go. Ashy Boo, thanks for the 27 months. Thanks for the 50 biddies. Reno. Gotta guess what Dave is yelling about in this part of the video when he watches? What's he yelling about? I don't know. Hopefully nothing. He doesn't eat vegetables. There's no cheese in this, so he won't eat this. It's not hard. Anyone can do this. This isn't a flex. This is for you. It's also delicious. I bought it on purpose. I love Ratatouille. You don't have to do this. I have the glove on. Doesn't really hurt me. Not just because of the glove, but just because I don't care. Just being particular. Electric stoves don't heat. I mean, there it is. Anyway, you hear how it hits, and you can see it moving. That's good. We're gonna let this sit a little bit longer. Again, if you put salt in this is all gonna start to get rid of its moisture, and they're gonna cook really fast. You're gonna have a bunch of water down here. Instead of having, you know, this delicious piece of eggplant that I will lightly salt and eat. Yeah. Yeah. So a little undercooked. Call it al dente. But that's okay because we're going to cook it later. A second time. Yeah. Color we're getting on there. Yeah. You just have to have like strong wrists for that. Not that strong though. Anyone can do it. Guess I might as well prep my pepper. Obviously, I'd already cut into this a little bit. It does take green peppers or any other peppers. You don't have to use anything you don't like, obviously, but like, it's just about getting rid of extra vegetables. Not even getting rid of them, using them for something tasty, because you got so many. You can cook all sorts of shit in here. These red onions over here. This parsley. We're not even going to cut up the parsley, we're just going to put it on top. Same with the bay leaves. Might as well... Ooh, caught it. I only have a few tomatoes left. It usually calls for way more tomato, but that's what I got. Because I made other stuff. So... essentially same shit. You could use canned tomatoes, you could use fresh summer tomatoes, you could any tomato you want. You also don't have to use any, but I think the acidity helps. Let's just do it while we have the time. I would actually prefer more tomato than this usually. But it's wintertime, so my choices were limited. These were on sale and they were looking good. In fact, out of season, which is just any time when it's winter time, is out of season for tomatoes. The small ones are really, really good all year round. Oops. There you go. Lost one. That's okay. A little bit longer. Again, 100% vegan. We're not doing any cheese or any butter. It's It's all just veggies, dude. It's a veggie stew, essentially. Let that go a little bit longer. You can hear, you should listen to your food as well. Use your senses. You can also smell when it's really fragrant, especially, ooh, we need garlic. Forgot that. Let's get a couple garlic cloves. They're starting to get a little old, but that's okay. About 3 of them. Just toss the garlic in over there. Clean that up later. This other onion, I guess I could process. Do I want more onion? Yeah. We'll do even more onion. Peppers will go next. Onion last, along with garlic. And just white onion first. Raw unseasoned meat. That's true. Add yourself some raw unseasoned meat to this. It'll be delicious. Just kidding. Don't do that. That there. You see me cut a lot of onions over the course of these cooking videos. Let's take the outside layer off. Fuck it. It's gonna go in the veggie stock. I want to deal with that little fibrous exterior. It's way easier. One cut roughly in the middle. Similar cut as before. It's about fine. Just a little variety. There you go. More onions. You hear these crackling now, and those are good. Alright. Getting closer. Still a good amount of oil in there. I'm just going to do a little squeezies. Not too much. And then get these peppers in there. See, I'm not waiting as long anymore. This thing has been on for a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah, it's gonna be real colorful. You can already see in here, spread this out a little bit. Ambient heat of this stuff is gonna carry over. Oh yeah. Get all these onions in there. Once the onions start cooking, I'll quickly process the garlic. We'll put the garlic in at the end, about a minute, let it get fragrant. You can start smelling it. We'll pour that in. And we're gonna do tomatoes in here. Might even just do them with the onions at the end. They're gonna release some water, which is gonna help deglaze this a little bit, although we're not getting a lot of, this is well seasoned, we're not getting a lot of like sticky fond in here. So that's okay. A lot of it's sticking to the vegetables, which is good. As long as we have browning happening, we're on a good path. And at the end, we're just gonna put this in the top, gonna mix it up. And then we're gonna, in fact, I can start preheating this right now. A little bit lower. And then we're essentially gonna cook it at 300 for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Maybe a little bit less because I have a little bit less liquid. I also have some marinara I could put in there, which is not traditional, but just to give it a little more extra liquid. You can also put water in here, vegetable stock, I don't know, all sorts of stuff. Ooh, I'm gonna put this spinach in the end too. All right, I gotta blow my nose, ASMR, 2 seconds. There you go. Okay, lost a pepper. Oh yeah, well, I mean, you guys are mentioning Mr. Dave. I didn't even think about him, bro. Wasn't even thinking about him. You guys are obsessed. He's gonna like that you guys are obsessed about him now. He's gonna like that. Let's go a little bit longer. Again, they're gonna cook. Let's get some good color on them. Oh yeah, it's really good. Yeah, even if they're not vegan, they won't even notice. Like, veggies are delicious. A little more. Just a little bit. Put the oregano in it now. Not that much. Just enough to, because it's going to reconstitute with the water and stuff from everything else. Some black pepper in here. Just while we're chilling. No reason really not to. Alright, these aren't very loud anymore. Just put them right there. Okay. Another squizzer. Alright. Okay. Now, we're getting close to a salting stage. We're also going to want to taste this all for seasoning. That's just me smashing a clove with garlic. I'm sure you've seen this trick before. You just take a piece of garlic, take your knife, literally bash the shit out of it. Skin comes right off. This woody little end off. The woody ends are not great eating. So just toss them. You don't need them. Also, sometimes your garlic might have this little inside piece. I just pull it out. Oops. Put it in your stock. Put it in your stock pot. It's fine. You don't have to cut these up too much because they're going in this stewish situation. I'm just going to thin slice them. We'll get bites of cooked down garlic over time. I'm not going to mince this up. Just rustic. This isn't a thing that needs a lot of work. Oh, I can feel those. Oh yeah. These are already starting to go. Okay. So, a little salt. Also, I'm just going to salt this while we're chilling. Let it start getting a little seasoned. You see this already has like decent color on it. It picked up a lot of the, you maybe didn't see a lot of brown stuff on the bottom. That's not all from just the onions. It's picking stuff up from the other veggies that you put in there. Garlic time already. More. Yeah, garlic. That's right. Real garlic. Start trying to give it an even spread. You start to smell that garlic. Cook a little bit of it out. You don't need to do a great job here. I'm just going to add the tomatoes to this, just so we get a little bit more. I'm going to add some water to the situation. In fact, you can see the tomatoey water. Some people don't want the seeds in there. You can spend time getting seeds out of tomatoes if you want. I don't give a fuck. These tomatoes release a little bit of their water. That'll further serve to deglaze the pan if it has any stuff stuck in. Juicier the tomatoes, obviously more glaze, more deglazing. See, got that stuff on the bottom. That's why you want one of these flat metal spatches for this. You want to be able to scrape the bottom. Make sure none of the good stuff is down there. Okay. I mean, how much longer? A little bit more salt just because of the tomatoes. Okay, now this isn't going to be enough liquid for me, so I am going to add some of this, which is not traditional, but I don't want to open my whole thing of canned tomatoes. Probably should have got my silicone spatch out for that to grab the stuff on the side. Okay, so, in fact, I got an open thing right here. Do I got a spoon? Just mix this around. Yeah, it needs more, a little bit more liquid. Usually I'd have more tomatoes or whatever, but I don't. So that's okay. This will go perfect with it. It just has all the stuff it already has in there. I'm not going to use it all, though. I want some of this for my sandwich. Perfect. All right. Now, I am going to taste this. This vessel I have is a little bigger than what I needed because I didn't use as many veg as you might. Just taste a few things for seasoning, and honestly, I am not far off. Let me wilt that spinach. I just need to get through this. Here, you can go in there. I don't like all these stems and stuff. Just throw spinach stems. Let me wait. Really easy. Just use your veggies, dude. Just use them. These are a little goopy. More. This is super not traditional. I just had spinach. I'm sure someone's put spinach in Ratatouille before. Okay. Cool. You can also do this with the garlic instead. Garlic and spinach is delightful. Let me turn this up. Let me give a little heat to it. This already has ambient heat on it, I'm sure. Not so bad. Just wilt this. We don't even really need this. We can just put it in the pot. I'm gonna make I've already made eggplant parmesan. If you want to see how to do that, you can go watch that video, or you can just dredge this, season it with salt. In fact, I'll do it now. Let some of the water come out. And then dredge it with flour. Oops, wrong side. You'll dredge it. A little bit of flour. And then egg wash, panko, fry it, delicious. If you don't like wilted spinach, I mean, don't use it. But also, it's delicious. As you can see, I didn't have that much. It's plenty. Okay. So this is essentially done. We are going to, let me take these out so they don't get beat up. Actually, I put it right on top of parsley. You can pull that parsley out later. Just gonna stew down. There you go. Perfect. We're gonna do this with the lid on. See, the parsley stayed on top, sort of, anyway. You just want this to perfume the sauce in here. You could add, again, like vegetable stock to this. You could add water. These are gonna release some water anyway, though, so it should be fine. Delightful. Little lid, slightly uncovered. Move my oven down, or my rack, I guess. 30 minutes. You're done. Now, normally, I would show you the money shot, but I'm not gonna on this stream. What I'm gonna do is just, you'll have a picture of the finished product on the thumbnail. It looks like it does when it goes in. It's a little bit goopier, and you just eat it. You just eat it. It's really delicious. We don't have to sit here for 30 minutes and wait. Yeah, you should eat it.